because I've seen so many variations of shooting guards out there, Shake, throughout the year. I've gone up against so many defensive builds. I think the way that people are creating two-ways, the way people are creating lockdowns, I think this is a perfect option to have fun and combat some of that great defense that's out there that I see the community playing.
Absolutely.
You say this build's meant for every mode. Does it excel at like 3v3 versus 5v5? Like, where are the pros and cons of using this build anywhere in the game?
This build's primarily a park build, but I found that if I took him into the rec, because of that 93 3-ball, of course, if you have cap breakers, you can increase that, but he can sit on the hash and splash threes. He can run the offense with his ball handle, get to the cup. He's got an 88 drive and dunk. So it makes a very, very dynamic build. And when people collapse on you, you have just enough pass accuracy to get the ball out to your shooters.
Let's talk about how we enhance this build and make it even greater than it already is. How should people use cap breakers on this build?
For me, it's non-negotiable. I think you should consider that 99 perimeter defense. This build, out the gate, 94 perimeter with the ability to add the cap breakers to get him to a 99 perimeter defense. And I think that's a huge advantage because on defense, not only can you lock up your assignment, but then now he's got to be faced with your 95 ball handle. So if you put the other cap breakers on the ball handle, now they can't guard you 1v1 and you can guard them 1v1. So this makes your build a real problem offensively and defensively. What kind of cap breakers did you add to the build to really take them to the next level?
So when you first get the build, you'll be able to score from anywhere on the floor. You have a 90 midi and an 84 speed. You can create great looks for yourself with dribble pull-ups and fades. It starts out at a 92 3-ball, which allows to be a threat from the outside, and you have a high lay-in and dunk. So with cap breakers, I like to put them in the midi, the three-pointer, and of course, the driving dunk. So right now, I have a 94, 94, 95 on those three attributes, which just means that you're a threat from anywhere.
Sounds like an elite build. Not sure if it can really rise to the occasion if he was going up against my build. But I really like what you put out there for the community, for sure.
All right, what's the best performance that you've put up with this build in 2K25?
I host a lot of streams, especially on Wednesdays. And I love to bring my fans, my subscribers out, and we all just hoop like a Saturday morning barbecue, just having a good time. And my best performances have come where, I'm teaming up with friends and I'm either just dominating, over a weekend event, or I'm just dominating in my own streams. I get my butt kicked every now and then, but we're all here to have fun and have a good time. And that's why we make these builds. They're for the community. My build was made, very balanced across the board, specifically for the average Joe to be able to pick up and have a lot of fun with, and also reap a lot of rewards and have a lot of success.
I love it, Shake. That's what it's all about, getting the community to get their builds in the game. And I'm excited to check yours out. And hopefully, we'll have a little running out there. I'd like to take on that 99 perimeter defense. I'm ready for the challenge, Shake.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I welcome the challenge. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Let's do it. Right now, go grab these builds in 2K25 and go make some stops. And of course, become a walking bucket.
Next week, it's our NBA 2K TV award show.
That's right. We are recognizing those of you that stand out in various ways in NBA 2K25.
And for this special episode, we'll have some extra 2K TV interactive questions. So that means chances for you to earn some VC.
We'll see you then. Enjoy the game.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines.
Side
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. And it's Nesmith in at the 3, the small forward. And for Toronto, the guard set is Quickly and Barrett. Scotty Barnes is out there with MP. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. Well, you and I, Doris, are both pumped up for this game, aren't we? 2 exciting teams going head-to-head tonight.
Kevin, we've got great athletes almost everywhere on the floor tonight. The play at the rim should be electric. Let's go.
And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. Here's Nembhard. Siakam outside. Down low, here's Turner. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Barnes. Now, here's Barrett. D right on him. It's Ingram on the wing. MP deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. Elbow shot. That one goes in.
Yeah, sometimes you have to flex into the mid-range. Emmanuel Quickly ready to do just that.
Halliburton against Quickly. To the paint. Here's Turner. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Ingram. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. MP. It's rebounded by Indiana. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And even though they're one of the top teams, they dropped the season series to this squad. So sometimes matchups play a role.
Here's Quickly. The Pacers making the shot. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's MP. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Here's Nembhard. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Pass to Quickly. Now, here's MP. Turner covering. A nice shot by MP.
I love how he establishes his post position inside. A great coverage.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, after their run to the conference finals last season, the Pacers moved to secure their roster moving forward, re-signing Pascal Siakam and Obi Toppin, and then extending Andrew Nembhard. With a young team that's already shown so much promise, there is upside in staying the course. This team should have some staying power for years to come, guys.
No doubt about it. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And here are the Raptors now. The Pacers making the shot. Over in the corner, Barnes.
2 minutes left.
Back to MP.
2 minutes.
It's rebounded by Indiana. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. 1:27 left in the first quarter. Out to Turner. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And I thought that was going to drive. It looked good from here.
This is to MP. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Ryan's checked in for Miles Turner. Walker comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Benedict Mathurin in for Andrew Nembhard. Now, here is Halliburton. Still yet to score. To the middle. Here's Bryant. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. The pass to Boucher. Pass to Agbaji. Back to Boucher. Here's Agbaji. Over Neesmith. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Boucher against Walker. Pass to Neesmith. And Pirtle pulls it down. 3-on-3. Here's Agbaji. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Pirtle is out there with Chris Boucher. Then it's Grady Dick. Then it's Walter. And it's quickly in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Pirtle, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin, to me this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
Both teams will make substitutions. Raptors leading by 10. Pass to Walter. Passes to Dick. Here's Walter. On the wing quickly. He's covered by Halliburton. And that one's good quickly.
Outstanding handle from Quickly. Boy, just understanding how to break the defense down.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey.
The first one falls. Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Barnes, who's checked in for Pirtle. Brandon Ingram comes in for Grady Dick. And R.J. Barrett subbed in for Quickly. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And so it's Indiana with it. Raptors knocking down the tray. There's the pass to Siakam. Rebound by the Raptors. Barrett's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Walter. And he makes that one.
Boy, Barrett is a natural-born playmaker, understands when to be aggressive and make the right play.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
And that one misses. And Mathurin has got the ball here for Indiana. Down by 15. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Yeah, this is his game, right? Halliburton wants you to forget how deadly he is from 3-point territory. Look out.
Onside, Barrett. Here's Walter. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Mathurin. Shoots over Ingram. Rejected by Ingram.
And great use of length by Ingram. Able to reach out and get his hand on the ball for a block.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Now here's Barnes. Following the miss by Miles Turner. Here's Barrett. Good. Nice job down low.
Well, despite pretty good contest on the interior, R.J. Barrett doesn't back down and makes it look easy.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Making a change here. Abaji's checked in. The Pacers also changing it up. Walker's checked in for Siakam. And it's Nesmith in for Halliburton. Pass to Turner. 6 feet out. No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots. Barnes looking around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first
when you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
And the first one drops.
Boy, you think about Scotty Barnes, the 2022 Rookie of the Year, guys. 6'9", long, can do many things, and honestly, a ton of growth left.
And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Thomas Bryant is checked in for the Pacers. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin. And what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for from range. You love the work put in.
Here's Barnes. The Pacers making the shot. No good. Outside Mathurin. From 11 feet away. And Bryant slams it in.
Thomas Bryant is a problem on the offensive backboards. This guy's big and skilled, and you better box him out.
Barnes outside. Ingram passes to Abaji. It's rebounded by Nesmith. Pacers trail by 11. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Passes it to Nembhard. Up top, Walker. Still scoreless. And there's the pass to Nesmith. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Ingram outside. And so it's the Toronto Raptors. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. MP's really making a difference here.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
A huge bonus. Boy, when he's contributing like this, it makes everything easier for his team.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Nesmith in at the 3. Toronto leading by 9. Quickly the pass to MP. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The Pacers shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. The shot by Turner, no good.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
Going for a dunk. Ingram uses that physicality, clearing the defense out of his way.
Pass to Turner. Fires the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Turner's got 7.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big guy.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Off the inbound pass. And it's Toronto with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Dick. Offensive rebound. Hurdle's shot is off. Pacers trail by 10. Here's Nembhard. And the shot is good. Nembhard's got his second basket of the game.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Pirtle. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Turner. Siakam passes to Nembhard. Mobo with the rebound. Mobo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Ingram. Good work defensively by Turner. Pacers trail by 8. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Siakam. Toronto grabs the miss. Mobo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now the feed to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Timeout called the Pacers. A reserve through his first 3.5 seasons. Quickly now stepping indoors to a starting role.
You know, Kevin, you go from instant offense role off the bench to now being a lead guard. The responsibility takes an extraordinary step up. But this guy is clearly ready. Quickly wanted to be a starter in this league.
Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Walter comes in for Ingram. Indiana also making some changes. Isaiah Jackson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Benedict Mathurin in for Andrew Nembhard. Now here's Turner. 7 points in the game. Here's Nesmith. It's rebounded by Dick. Raptors leading by 10. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Halliburton on the wing. And finished off by Halliburton.
We're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Here's Walter, defended by Mathurin. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Pacers trail by 8. Pass to Halliburton. 1:06 left in the third. Passes it to Nesmith. 6 on the shot clock. Boucher with the rebound.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Quickly the pass to Purdy. Back to Quickly. Pacers with the rebound. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Halliburton passes to Nesmith. A second chance effort, and it's in there.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. The pass to Boucher. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll return shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The guard set is Quickly and Barrett. MP is out there with Barnes. And it's Ingram in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Bryant. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Toronto leading by 6. Here's Quickly. Another shot. Barnes can't get it to go. And for the Pacers, they're shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just the size and the ability to get off his feet makes that such an easy finish for Thomas Bryant. Go ahead, young sir.
Barnes passes to MP. Over Siakam. Barnes can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 4. Pass to Siakam. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Quickly the pass to MP. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now, here's Siakam. Yep, it counts.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Toronto calls timeout. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think he'll find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Ingram against Mathurin. To the inside. MP. Sweet move. And it's good on the way in. MP's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
Halliburton finds Bryant.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Siakam inside. Covered by MP. Siakam's shot is off. Ingram passes to Quickly. And it's sent back by Bryant.
Boy, blocking shots is usually about timing, but with Thomas Bryant, it's about that tremendous length.
And Bryant slams it in.
Talk about composure. Thomas Bryant under duress, no problem.
Ingram outside. Back to Quickly. Pass to MP. And that one, good.
Just beautiful setup. They found the size mismatch inside, delivered when they really needed it.
And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 4. 1:58 left to play in the final quarter. Let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said, we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Ingram. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Passes it to Barrett. Over Eastman. And Barrett the bucket on the assist from Ingram. Now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
R.J. Barrett trusting the jumper in the catch and shoot. Boy, if he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
Siakam against Barnes. Siakam passes to Bryant. Second shot opportunity. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Pirtle. quickly with it, picked up by Bryant. Count that bucket. And the Raptors lead by 8.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. Turner's checked in for Indiana. One falls, so he hits both of them.
Show that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And the Raptors call time here. They're up by 6. And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ingram. Moves back up. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. And it's Ingram missing. And the Pacers with possession here. 6-point game. Halliburton passes to Siakam. Barnes grabs the miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
32 seconds left in the game. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Brandon Ingram.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And battling injuries off and on throughout the years, Ingram is a major difference maker when healthy.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. There's Siakam. 7-second difference, shot and game clock.
Disappointing day for him. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way. Fearless move by Tyrese Halliburton. The game is complete, and the mind is ready.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Raptors, Scotty Barnes. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. That's an 8-point game. And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 8. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
Substitution on the court.
Now, here is Halliburton. Guarded closer. Offensive rebound. Indiana moving it around. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for 2. Walker!
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
His three-pointers off the mark. So it's Toronto winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Dave.
Styles incomplete on the beat, you know. Ride around with 100 on with Forgiato on his head, put a water on me, know the soccer fiend. Cash changer, hold him in. Don't mislead her. I can get it a lot cheaper. Had a chance to wonder nothing different. Keep around and score me back for business. Watch what you say, you know the streets listen. I threw my own rocks at the pen. I only on me, that's the president. Don't the number come with it. Ain't hard to people know you artificial. Can't keep around and score me back for business. Cheese, man. Wanna feature me, man. In my phone like I know, man. Saying Tigo, we gon' pay your fee, man. You know I can't do this for free money. Understood. Got a bag on you, I could do it. Otherwise, music on the chill. It's on my dolo, made it happen. No excuses, feeling knowledge.
Two-K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Glad to have you along. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst, Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. And for Toronto, Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Emmanuel Quickley is out there with Grady Dick, and it's MP in at the center. Brent, how good does it feel as a player when your team really starts to hit its stride?
Well, it's just awesome, BA, when players understand their role and how locked in that you can be. And there's a whole other level to that when you know going into any NBA contest whether or not you're going to win the game is dependent on what you do. And the opponent has no chance of taking that away from you. That's when you're a championship caliber team.
He is such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Here's MP. That's good. His first bucket of the game.
No, that's what I call great basketball. Finding a way to get all the way inside.
And that's a painted possession right there, a masterpiece, especially when the defense is not a factor.
Now here's Hartenstein. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. And it's good. 2 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
MP no good. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Quickly didn't hold back there, taking some contact inside if he has to.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Hartenstein. All alone. Unable to get that one.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Barnes passes to Quickly. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And the power rankings look more concrete every day. Plenty of games behind us here in December. Taking a look at the 76ers. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Seeing where the Raptors are, they haven't been impressive, and they have no one but themselves to blame. Hopefully, they can start to turn it around soon.
Hartenstein. They get it again. Second chance shot. And there's the rejection.
That's RJ coming in and locked in to get the block.
Quickly passes to MP. Yes, it's good.
Really heads up there. Play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Williams against Barrett. And it's Hartenstein. That time on the assist from Williams. Hartenstein's got 6.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Outside Barnes. Inside. Here's MP. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Pass to Holmgren. Williams on the wing. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Rebound Toronto. Their first chance this season playing the Thunder.
It's really hard to know what to expect when teams play only twice a year. Makes it a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battle.
And that misses. That would have put him up.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for MP. Boucher comes in for Barnes. Brandon Ingram is checked in for Barrett. And it's Walter in for Dick. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Williams. Joe's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Ingram. Making a mark on the offensive end. Scoring around 13 a game. Pass to Boucher. Ingram on the wing. Pounded by Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. And the call will be against Brandon Ingram. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 2. 1:05 left to play in the first. The kick out to Williams. The Thunder with another miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And he buries his first look.
And Ingram and his court awareness continue to grow. A terrific dime there.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Toronto foul. Jakob Poeltl.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the night.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Williams. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Williams. And Williams drops them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Quickly, doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
Here's Caruso, 4-point game. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Holmgren. Here's Wiggins. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And that one's good. Holmgren.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Raptors leading by just 2. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Mobo in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
The 3, Barrett. And the three-pointer goes. Barrett's got his first 3 points of the game. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches. But the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Wiggins. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Now here's Poeltl. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Pass to Williams. Rebounded by Ingram. The Raptors have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he's scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive, too.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first.
Really known as a microwave scorer. Quickly's fearlessness is what allows him to really get cooking.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes is checked in for Poeltl. Abaji comes in for Ingram. And it's Dick in for Barrett. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Hartenstein's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Toronto shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Dort outside. Pass to Williams. They get it back. Here's Hartenstein. Good on the shot. Hartenstein's got 8.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. It doesn't go for him. Ooh, excellent D there from Quickly. Raptors lead by 6. Pass to Dick.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Oklahoma City calls timeout.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
They can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get 1 to go and get back on track.
Here. Boucher's checked in. Thunder trail by 8. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's scoreless. Pass to Holmgren. Fires for 3. The Thunder with another miss. For Toronto, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Quickly outside. Lets the 3 fly, and the Raptors another 3.
And the D has to guard the perimeter just a little bit better, especially when Quickly is hovering around that arc.
SGA on the move. Pass to Holmgren. Here's the 3. Stolen. Here's Dick.
Timing down. Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Now here's Caruso. Right now averaging 6 a game. Holmgren with it. 5 on the clock. They need this. Caruso misses.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Abaji. Shoots over Hartenstein. Abaji can't hit. Thunder trail by 13. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Caruso. Guarded by Dick. Here's Hartenstein. Rebound, Toronto.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter. Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding, rising up off the ground.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. Raptors out in front, up by 15. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. with the second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Immanuel Quickley with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, small forward. Let's take a second to check in on the race for Rookie of the Year and see how the rankings are shaping up for this year's class of new NBA talents. You look at MP, he's hanging towards the back of the pack in the early goings. But there's still time left for him to have a breakout performance.
And we are all looking forward to this upcoming Rookie of the Year race. Already some tremendous candidates.
Every time you talk to a rookie, the first thing they talk about is that the pro game is a lot faster than they anticipated, more physical. But I'm surprised at the NBA readiness of some of these guys.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Quickly passes to MP. Back to Quickley. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Quickley's got 11 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Over Quickley. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Now here's MP. Give him 8 points now. Barrett passes to Quickley. Here's MP. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
And Quickley, not just a scorer, he's also solid at finding teammates.
Now a timeout call by Oklahoma City.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And here's a look at some numbers for Cason Wallace. Change here for Toronto. So Oklahoma City going with almost an entire new group here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Caruso, he's checked in for Williams. And Joe's subbed in for Dort. A nice shot by MP.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
And there's a defensive 3-second call.
Oklahoma City ball.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
He did a lot of damage at the free throw line in their last game.
Find the lane. One shot.
And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee. For 3, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Toronto out in front, up by 15. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Thunder trail by 15. They've got Emmanuel quickly. MP is out there with Barnes. Then there's Dick, and it's Abaji in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Here's Abaji. Here's MP. Count that one. And the Raptors lead by 15.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Here's Hartenstein. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a 3.
Good sign for them is the work they've done on the offensive glass this half.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. Here's MP, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Some changes for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl comes in for MP, and Brandon Ingram is subbed in for Abaji. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Joe. Thunder trail by 12. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The drive by Dort. It's rebounded by Dick. Dick's got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Yep, that one goes.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Thunder have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Ooh, the emphatic rejection.
Poeltl, a very skilled defender, using that size and length to send that one back.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Barnes with great lift off the floor. What a play.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for OKC. It's a 16-point game. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Shot from 12. Look at Shea playing big inside.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
All right, time for an injury report. And now let's check in with Ale LaForce to see how Jalen Williams is doing.
Hey guys, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Thunder. A bruised hip is the diagnosis, so while there's a lot of pain, presumably no significant damage. It's tough losing a player like this near the halfway point of the season. They'll just have to find a way to replace his production until he comes back. Back to you guys.
All we can hope for is that the prognosis isn't as bad as it seems, guys.
Yeah, we were hoping for much better news, and obviously not very encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
The Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Grady Dick picks one up.
And the growth that Shea has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved. He's adding to his game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
He's established himself as an MVP candidate. But what is the ceiling of SGA in your mind, Brent?
Well, if he's there now, isn't that good enough, BA? I mean, this guy has a chance to win an MVP award in the next 6 or 7 years, and is going to be considered that caliber of player for that stretch, that's pretty awesome. He can put up big numbers, which is more impressive.
Just 2 to shoot quickly. Williams grabs the board. Thunder trail by 15. Outside, Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. That one doesn't drop. Hurdle with some nice D. Toronto has gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. Back to quickly. Dort with a steal.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Raptors.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team. Their focus has been terrific. They really put on a clinic here today.
Yeah, the cool thing is that they look like they're having a blast out there. Everyone on the same page, contributions across the board.
And where was this type of effort earlier in the game? Unfortunately, this run will be all for nothing.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Now here's quickly. Outside Barnes. Shot on the wing. Up again. Hurdle. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now quickly. So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time.
Styles incomplete on the beat. You know. Ride around with 100 on. On with 40 out on. On his head, put a water on me, know the soccer fiend. Me and cash changer hold him in. Don't mislead her. I can get a lot of time. Had a chance to win, do nothing different. Keep around and score me back for business. Watch what you say, you know the streets listen. I threw my own rocks at the pen. I hold it on me, that's the president.
This is Scoot Henderson, and you're watching NBA 2K TV.
Oh, yeah, let's go. That was perfect. Welcome to an all-new episode of NBA 2K TV.
In the My Career storyline, you come across a lot of NBA players, one of which is
Basketball fans, we welcome the starting lineup for your Toronto Raptors. At shooting guard, at 6'6" number 1, Brady Dick. At 6'8" forward, number 4, Scottie the other guard, standing 6'2", number 5, Immanuel Quickley. Starting at small forward, at 6'6", number 9, Arthur 7'3", number 40, Luis, number 3. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your Toronto Raptors.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. So the New York starting five. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Rich is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the 4. And for the Raptors, in at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. And it's MP in at the 5 spot. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Now Brunson. And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Hart.
Easy to see why Mitchell Robinson's shooting percentage is so high. He is so smart and judicious with the shots he takes.
Now here's Barnes. MP, no good. Anunoby against Quickly. Anunoby, no good. And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Well, the numbers back up that assertion, no doubt about it. Sometimes it's about, hey, we've got to get on the glass and make sure they're feeling us all night long. They didn't do that.
Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of the season.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And that one drops for him.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Inside, here's MP. Takes it off the glass. MP's got his second basket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Brunson. 32 points for him last game against Detroit. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And so he hits the technical free throw. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Now, here's Anunoby. Last game he had 10 points. 6 to shoot. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, a big story this summer was Jalen Brunson signing a team-friendly extension, leaving an unprecedented amount of money on the table, but providing the Knicks with the opportunity to lock in this tight-knit core and contend in the East at the highest of levels for years to come.
Wow, a team to be reckoned with. Shams, thank you very much for the report. And the technical free throw is good. Pass to Hart. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Knicks ball.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game.
Jalen Brunson. At the line for one.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And Doris, what a breakout for the guard, Jalen Brunson, these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
Now, here's Hart. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Anunoby against Barrett. On the wing quickly. Back to Pirtle. Stolen by Brunson. Over Barnes. The offensive rebound. Hart. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, the offensive board for the 6'4" Hart. This guy is incredible on the glass.
Quickly looking it over to the inside. Count the basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
And the Raptors with some changes. Chris Boucher's checked in for Scotty Barnes. Ingram comes in for Barrett. And it's Walter in for Grady Dick. Then for the Knicks, Achua, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Miles McBride comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Payne in for Jalen Brunson.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
On the wing quickly. Payne covering. Here's Boucher. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Hart, and Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
And that one's good quickly.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Hasn't made one yet. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's Robinson. They trail by 7. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
New York ball.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, because Jalen Brunson's such a terrific decision maker, you can tell how confident and comfortable this team is when he runs the offense.
Passes to Achua. On the wing, Anunoby. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Knicks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Jalen Brunson at the line for 1.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Boy, the maturation of Brunson is really special. This guy, phenomenal as scorer and facilitator.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Pass to Robinson. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Knicks ball.
For New York, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. That one falls for Brunson. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. New York moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. New York shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Out to the right wing. Achua finds Brunson. Pocket 6. And stolen by MP. On the court for the Knicks. We've got Anunoby. Achua is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Kolek in at the 2 spot. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple of seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Mavericks played an important role for them. He scored 12 points, and he was a two-way player, causing the opponent headaches on offense and defense. It was a great combination for a guy who's considered to be more of a role player for this team. We'll see what he can bring to the table tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Robinson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, Mitchell Robinson plays such a critical role for them on the interior. If he can consistently make these shots, what a weapon he is.
Now here's Barnes. A 24-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
And don't make a mistake. The 3 blocks had a huge impact on the game as well. It really turned the game in their favor.
Here's Abaji. Dick in the corner. Clock at 4. That's a 2 from Barnes. And that's collected by Brunson.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he puts on it.
A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
And you look at Brunson. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. Here's Dick. The Knicks making the shot.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Kicks it to Barrett. Here's MP. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Love to see Barrett aggressively sharing the basketball. Wants to get it to his teammates in their spots. Nice.
And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews. And the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
The timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
Changing it up here.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Bridges.
His last 10 games, he's putting up about...
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the New York Knicks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Grady Dick is out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's MP in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. And with each passing season, DB, OG Anunoby seems to keep getting more and more versatile.
You are exactly right, Kevin. What we know unequivocally is this is one of the best cross-positional defenders in the league. One of those guys that's truly capable of guarding 1 to 5. But his willingness to be a three-point threat, an offensive rebound, and put it on the deck is exactly what you're talking about.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from MP.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
Here's Hart, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The ultimate blue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
No good on the free throw.
Now, the intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size. That is Josh Hart.
The Raptors making a switch here. Abaji's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Raptors trail by 5. The pass to Dick. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Barnes down low. Defended by Hart. Barnes passes to Abaji. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Abaji's got his first basket of the night.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Brunson. It's rebounded by Quickly. Quickly's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Quickly against Brunson. That one's not going to go. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Dick. And the layup's good off the glass. Dick's got his first basket.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
Here's Brunson. Oh, Brunson wheeling his way in there.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And the Raptors call time here. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Brunson.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy's scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Raptors trail by 3. Ingram outside. Shoots over Bridges. And he overshot that one, missing. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Down low. Hart, no good. Toronto, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ingram, and slammed up by Ingram.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Hart against Boucher. Hart, no good. Toronto, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Up top, Achua, defended by Pirtle. Going inside, and Pirtle sends it back. Pass to Walter. Passes it to Pirtle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Hart. New York trailing. On the wing, Bridges. Boucher defending. Bridges kicks to Hart. Over to the wing. Here's Cohen. Shoots over Walter. And it's good off the back rim and in. Kolek has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And New York looking at who they've got. Anunoby out there with Achua. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Brunson in at the 1. And no good. Toronto trailing. Now, here's Quickly. And stolen by Achua. McBride with the ball. Barnes on him.
Boy, big-time denial from Scotty Barnes. Use that frame to your advantage.
Pass to Quickly. Dick with it. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Barnes. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Barnes has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Raptors. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Toronto.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Pass to Mobo. The three. That shot off the mark. Knicks have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. And Anunoby, here we go. Second chance shot. And the pass to McBride. It's rebounded by Quickly. Quickly's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Mobo. Ingram with it. Achiuwa's on him. It's rebounded by New York. Anunoby outside. No good that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. Pass to Mobo. The Knicks pull it in. Achiuwa's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
OG Anunoby is 6'7" with a big-time frame. He's going to shake off some contact, folks.
Anunoby at the line for 2.
Shoot 2.
That free throw missing.
What you love about OG Anunoby, this guy widely regarded as one of the league's top defenders, guys, but he's starting to become a more consistent scorer now as his career has gone on.
And the Raptors making a change here. MV's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Hart, he's checked in for Achiuwa. And he sinks the second.
Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
To the paint. Here's MP. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And Robinson throws it down home.
Wow, Mitchell Robinson embracing the moment and a big-time bucket.
The Raptors have gone just 33% for the field in the fourth quarter. They are 2 of 6. Toronto calls timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Raptors, Hugh Dancy.
Our New Balance player of the game, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
R.J. Barrett's checked in for Ingram. Here's Dick. Passes it to Quickly. Toronto working the ball around now to the middle. Here's MP. 2 points. That one goes. MP's got 4 points this quarter.
As a playmaker, Barrett has improved his vision. Plays with a good recognition and been very unselfish.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Here's MP. From inside. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Robinson. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Anunoby against Barrett. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
You can see that OG Anunoby wants the opportunity to deliver in a big moment and does.
Barnes outside. MP with it. Brunson picks him up. Inside, MP. And it's Jalen Brunson with the rebound. Pass to Robinson. Hart kicks to Robinson. On the wing, Anunoby. Yes!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
There it finds quickly. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
43 seconds left in the fourth. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Robinson misses. Toronto with the ball.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on. Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
New York calls timeout. From our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
Thank you, David. There it finds quickly. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so now the timeout taken by Tom Thibodeau.
It's time for your Northside Grill. Come on, everyone. Give it up for the man.
Seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Brunson. It's good!
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And the Raptors call time here. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
With under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but
big time play!
Down it goes at the buzzer. Doesn't get any better than that.
You couldn't dream up a more dramatic finish. 3 points right as the buzzer sounds. This is a ball game people will be talking about for quite some time.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel...
Styles incomplete on the beat, you know. Ride around with 100 on. On with 40 out on. On his head, put a water on me, know the soccer fiend. Me and cash changer, hold him in. don't miss neither. I can get a lot of had a chance to win, do nothing different. Keep around and score me back for business. Watch what you say, you know the streets listen. I threw my own rocks at the pen. I holy on me, that's the president. Don't the number come with it. Ain't hard to people know you artificial. Hey, keep around and score me back for business.
But the cheese, man. Wanna feature me, man. In my phone like I know, man. Saying Tigo, we gon' pay your fee, man. You know I can't do this for free, man. Understood. Got a bag on you, I could do it. Otherwise, music come to you. It's on my dolo, made it happen. No excuses. Feeling knowledge of my noggin, not confused. Woo. Living legend, don't confuse. Woo. Got that work and then I moved it. Woo. Put that.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Brandon Ingram out there with Barnes. Then it's MP, then there's Emmanuel Quickley, and it's Dick in at the 2-guard spot. And for Memphis, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Brandon Clark out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3. Approaching the midway point of the season now, Grant, how much do players want to be named an all-star?
You know, B.A., I'd say for the young guys and for guys in their twilight years too, it means a lot. But for the guys that have done it a few times before, you know, sometimes that weekend off is a nice reset button.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Now Quickley to the paint. Here's MP. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Here's Morant. Barnes with the rebound. Outside Ingram. Pass to MP. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. MP's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram is just a very willing passer for a guy who can score like that.
Oh, Clark with the slam.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Morant against Quickley. And then Morant with the jam!
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. On the wing, Grady Dick. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at Dallas, they're on a roll right now, making their way to the #1 spot.
I think for Toronto, they've had a fairly inconsistent season so far, always hovering around the same spot in the rankings. Offensively, they've been pretty sharp, 3 for 4 so far.
And there's a 3-second violation. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Down low. Here's Clark. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
First one falls for him. And Clark drops them both. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 4-point game. Ingram on the wing. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And there it is for him.
And an impressive handle there from Ingram, proving how effective he can be with the ball in his hands.
Coach, when you talk to Ingram's teammates, they always bring up his remarkable work ethic.
Well, Brian, Brandon Ingram works hard. He loves the game. He wants to be great. He spends a lot of his free time studying the game instead of just hanging out and doing other things.
Here's MP. And it's Bane with the rebound. And here are the Grizzlies. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Here's Wells. 8 points in his last time out. Pass to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Now here's Clark. The layup off target. It's Barnes on the wing. Hounded by Morant. Barnes, it's good.
And this is how you finish inside. Barnes, I mean, he doesn't fear anyone close to the rim.
Timeout call. Memphis.
Make some noise. Here comes your Princeton.
Ends up going with a new group. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for MP. Boucher comes in for Scotty Barnes. Abaji's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Barrett subbed in for Dick. Jackson gets the bucket.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
To the left wing. Here's Abaji, defended by Jackson. It's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Aldama. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Stolen by Quickly. Here's Abaji. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Here's Pippen. 9 points in his last outing. Pass to Jackson. Here's Pippen. 5 to shoot. Here's Edey. Over Boucher. Edey, that's good.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
To the inside. Poeltl takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Pippen. No good that time. Ooh, excellent D there from Quickly. He nails it, and we're tied.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Pippen. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. What a performance from Brandon Clarke. He's been the story for Memphis. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
So for the Raptors right now, Quickley and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. Brandon Ingram out there with Scotty Barnes. And it's Mobo in at the center position. Will stand in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
That free throw misses.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
Clarke is checked in for Aldama. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
They lost both games to this team last year. Don't know if anyone noticed, but both clubs were just so bad. They felt embarrassed.
Now here's Morant. Coming off a 31-point game. 3 on the clock. The drive by Bane. Some solid defense from Barrett. On offense, here come the Raptors. They host the Hawks after this one, and that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Such a gutsy player. Barrett takes on challenging defenders in style and stays in control.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Off target at the rim. Raptors lead by 3. Rim protection and shooting so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. And so here is Toronto following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Knocks down the triple. Quickley's got 5 points.
That's a nice find by Ingram, getting it to the open man.
Bane, the pass to Morant. Barrett against Bane. Here's Morant. Quickley with a rebound. For Toronto, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And the foul on Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul. Some changes for Toronto. Dick comes in for Barrett, and it's Walter in for Quickley. Grizzlies on D. Trailing by 4. Barnes in the post, defended by Jackson. Barnes, it's good. Barnes has got his second bucket of the night.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Outside Morant. He can't hit that time.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Such a wide open look. And now an 8-point Toronto lead.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
Morant surveying the floor. And then Morant with the jam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Right side Ingram. And there's 1:38 left in the first half of this one. To the right side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Walter. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Yeah, there have been very few players at 6'2" who've played above the rim like Morant.
And Toronto calls time here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
Yeah, they know they should have played better in that one. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
Substitution on the court.
Raptors lead by 4. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Pass to Jackson. Puts up a 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. The Raptors have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Here's Abaji, defended by Jackson. There's 39 seconds left in the second. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Jackson. And they're on the break. On up the court. And the basket by Pippen.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Now here's Dick. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Knicks in New York. Here's Walter going inside, and he banks in the layup. Walters has got 4 points this quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And so it's Toronto leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Well, you look at Brandon Clarke. What a contribution here.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Brandon Clarke. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, MP in their last game against the Knicks put together a nice one. He tallied 10 points, and he was in the zone offensively. There was nothing the D could do to stop him. He showed just how reliable he can be when his role on the floor is expanded. Guys, back to you.
That's good stuff, Allie. He really made his presence felt in that one, doing some heavy lifting.
And I think he'll try and repeat that performance tonight.
Yeah, watching the film of that game, they ran some nice sets for him. I'd expect more of the same tonight.
And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things. And when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
Time called here. The Raptors decide to talk it over.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Now it's time to look at the players in this rookie class who are shooting the ball the best so far this season. Now here's Quickly. He's got 5. MP shot is good.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Quickly against Morant. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Desmond Bain. 1 shot.
Shot.
The free throw drops for Bain. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bain, Coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bain well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Barrett's checked in for Dick. Now here's Quickly. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. MP. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. MP's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And they're rolling. 4 straight makes to start the second half.
Pass to Clark. Good. And the setup by Morant.
Ja Morant with the assist.
Toronto leading by 7. To the middle. Here's MP. Lays it up and banks it in. MP's got 14 points for the game.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Toronto foul. Number 4. Second personal foul. First team foul. Into the lineup for the Raptors.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Bain, the pass to Jackson. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, passing is a real skill of Barnes. He will make smart choices with the ball.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Ja Morant is excited to be back on the court, and he's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks. Count it.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Memphis calls timeout.
It's time to talk this over and try to put a stop to this run.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
Checked in for Toronto. Walter comes in for Ingram. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Pass to Edey. Here's Kennard. Hurdle grabs a miss.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Barrett can't hit. Grizzlies trail by 13. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Edey. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. And he lays it in.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Barnes, no good. Well, the Grizzlies shooting just 36% in the third. Here's Kennard. Walter pulls it in. Raptors lead by 11. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Down low, quickly. Rebounded by Pippen. Well, the Grizzlies shooting 40% so far in this one. Oh, got that one up quick. Kennard's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Right in Kennard's wheelhouse. They set him up perfectly, and he delivered.
Barrett passes to Barnes. Here's Walter. Pass to Pirtle. Over 80. And the Raptors miss again. Fires from way outside. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Toronto Raptors finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Grady Dick, Chris Boucher out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Jakob Poeltl, and it's Barrett in at the point. And it's Morant with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. 8-point game. Now here's Bane, guarded by Dick. Bane, no good. Up top, Dick. Pass to Barrett. Offensive rebound. That one drops for him. And the Raptors lead by 10.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now here's Barrett. The rebound by Jackson.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, they can ding your confidence.
Here's Bane. Here's Edey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Abaji's checked in for Toronto.
Substitution on the court.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Morant against Barrett. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Chris Boucher. You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day. That free throw, no good. And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Well, Morant is so athletic, and he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
Pass to Abaji. Now here's Dick. The D's right on him. That one falls. And the Raptors lead by 9.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Clark outside. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, Clark with the slam.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now here's Boucher. The shot comes out. Here's Wells. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, Morant knows his teammates rely on him to find them. Terrific pass right there.
And Toronto calls time here. The New Balance Player of the Game.
Hey, guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
MP is checked in for Toronto. Quickly comes in for Barrett. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And the Raptors making a change here. Barnes is checked in.
Scotty Barnes.
They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been told.
Wow! Wanting the ball in these spots is what makes Morant the leader that he is.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Barnes passes to MP. Clark grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 3. Pass to Wells. Now Morant. A minute 39 left in the 4th quarter. And here's Clark for 3. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got rebound number 7 tonight. Ingram with the ball. Guarded by Morant. Goes back up. The shot by Ingram, no good.
Now we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
It's good on the putback. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
Well, Jackson Jr. showing his ability to be a leader in clutch time.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Quickly against Morant. Clark, the pass to Wells. Inside. It's in!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Here's the Grizzlies with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. And then Morant with the jam!
And this is why Morant gets paid the big bucks, to knock down clutch shots like this.
Quickly. And again, Toronto, no good.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Here's Morant. It's stolen by MP.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
When it comes down to clutch time, Barnes wants the ball in his hands.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for Memphis, John Morant. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant whip to the line.
Time called here. The Raptors decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the game. All right, guys, what do you think?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick.
Dick, the pass to quickly. Fader on the way. It falls! Oh, a tremendous 3! We're tied!
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Here's Morant. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Ingram fires from way outside. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last-minute shot is offline. Time expires. We're going to over. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. We've got Santi Aldama, also Edey out there. And it's Wells in at the 3. Morant with it. Pass to Wells. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the triple. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. Here's Dick. Basket counts.
Hey, clashes with the larger defender and makes maybe the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, and that's even harder than it looks to overcome that height differential right at the rim.
The offensive rebound. Wells misses. The Raptors with a lead. Quickly outside. Outside Dick. And he gets it to go. Dick's got 4 points this quarter.
That's the definition of clutch. Hitting the big-time shot on a bigger opponent.
Well, how about that killer instinct? He was going to get that bucket for him no matter who was on him.
Timeout called. Memphis. Ingram's checked in for Barrett.
Brandon Ingram.
Extra time here, just over a minute into overtime. Morant, no good. Raptors lead by 4. Dick with it, guarded by Morant. Pass to quickly. To the paint. Here's Morant. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Barnes has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Outside Dick. Now here's Barnes. Pounded by Morant. Here's Ingram. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
And the basket by Aldama.
And once again, Aldama proves he's someone who can be relied on offensively.
And Toronto calls time here. They lead by 2. There's a minute 12 left to play in overtime. Some changes for Memphis. Jackson, he's checked in for Aldama. And it's Desmond Bane in for Pippen. The Raptors also with a sub. MP is checked in for Pirtle. The shot by Ingram, no good. Memphis trailing here. On the wing, Bane. Pass to Edey. Outside Morant. Here's Edey. Covered by Ingram. And it's Edey missing. All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
NBA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
Dick with a miss.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Here's Morant. No good. That would have tied it.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. They're losing by 4. There's 25 seconds left in OT. Deep Bane. Oh, he nails it. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
First team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
John Morant. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Emmanuel Quickly. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Here's Morant.
The whole arena knows they need a 3 to force another overtime.
And the lob disrupted, not to be. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
2 shots.
He misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he does get the second one. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And here's Morant. Pass to Wells. Lets it fly. Cash.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for the Raptors, Emmanuel Quickley, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Fires away from way outside. Off target with the shot. So it's the Raptors taking the W in a close one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.
Thousand complete on the beat, you know. Ride around with 100 on with 40 out on. On his head, put a water on, we know the soccer fiend. Me and cash changer hold him in. Don't miss it. I can get it a lot of time. Had a chance, I wouldn't do nothing different. Just keep around and call me back for business. Watch what you say, you know the streets listen. I threw my own rocks at the pen. I hold it on me, that's the president. Ain't hard to people know you artificial. Can't keep around and call me back for business. But the cheese, man. Wanna feature me, man. In my phone like I know, man. Saying Tigo, we gon' pay your fee, man. You know I can't do this for free, man. Understood. Got a bag on you, I could do it. Otherwise, music on the chewers. On my dolo, made it happen. No excuses. Spend the knowledge of my noggin, not confused. Living legend, don't confuse it. Got that work and then I moved it. Put that to the music. OG business. Yeah, I got it, buddy. They wanna take it from me, but I'm right around with 100 on.
That's big time coming from you, man. I study your game.
I appreciate that. But remember, nothing in this league is given to you. You gotta earn it, trust me. I'm speaking from experience.
Scoot, welcome to 2K TV. We're so excited to have you here. Now, you are here at the MoCap studio shooting for my career in NBA 2K25. How excited are you?
I'm really excited. I always just used to watch videos when I was younger, growing up, seeing them do the actions, and then it, translating to the game. So now that I'm here, it's kind of like a dream come true.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
Number 40.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green, and it's Payton in at the small forward spot. And for the Raptors, Barnes out there with MP. Then it's Grady Dick. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Quickly in at the 1 spot. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
And Butler gets it to go.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
Pass to Barnes. Down low. Here's MP. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. It's Butler. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
As a player, these ones are fun. You get to match up with guys you rarely see.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's the feed to MP. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Here's Barnes, following the basket by Draymond Green. Quickly against Curry.
Golden State foul. Stephen Curry. That's his first personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shoot 2. The free throw drops for Quickly. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Pistons in Detroit. Butler finds Green. Misses the 3.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Quickly the pass to MP. Top of the key jumper, no good.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
It's Curry outside. Drills it from outside.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Ingram outside. Launches it. Good on the triple.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Curry. He's one of the most resourceful scorers you'll ever see. He's generating an average of around 33.5 points a game.
Mr. Reliable, you can count on Green to show up every night.
RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen. Simply because how he changed the game.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Trace Jackson-Davis is jacked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Buck. Moody subbed in for Gary Payton.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
2 minutes left.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Ingram kicks to Barrett. Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to Mobo. Drops in the tray.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Left side, Kuminga. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Raptors. Abaji's checked in. And it's Walter in for Quickly. Kevon Looney is checked in for Golden State. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Now the pass to Abaji. Pass to Mobo. It's Barrett on the wing. It's good. This game is all even.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Jackson Davis off the mark. His first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Kuminga. Looking to end the run. And an air ball on that one. Way off. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Mobo. And here's Barrett. Fires it up. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. To the inside. It's stolen by Barrett. Lets it go from deep.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front as they wrap up the first quarter with a 13-4 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Green. Moses Moody is out there with Podziemski. Then it's Butler. And it's Payton in at the 3 slot. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made it tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shot by Podziemski, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Good.
Just tough, gritty play there by Barnes. That's how you deal with physicality.
To the paint, and they get it. Payton gets the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And here is Quickly. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Ingram outside. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there was going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
We'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Here's Podziemski. After the Raptors pick up 2. Over quickly. Boucher with the rebound. Here's Ingram. The Warriors pull it in.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Now, here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Ingram against Payton. And slam dunk by Ingram.
More and more, we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert it. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And Coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
Then for the Warriors, Trayce Jackson-Davis is jet. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Brandon Ingram's out there with Barnes. Then there's Emmanuel Quickley. Then it's MP. And it's Dick in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Pistons looked really strong. He scored 10 points. He sure looked frustrated trying to guard him. He repeatedly drew fouls and got himself to the line. And his play is what allowed them to finally bust free. Snapping a losing streak like that is huge for a team's confidence. Kevin, it'll be interesting to see if he can help them get another W tonight.
All right, David, thanks. The aggressiveness, Greg, he showed the other night. We'll see if he can match that intensity here.
I'm a believer. I think he can produce at the same level tonight.
I don't know. After you put up numbers like that, I think the defense starts paying a little bit more attention to you, so it might be difficult.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. All right, a chance to check out stats for Draymond Green.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
On the wing quickly. Guarded by Kerr. Quickly the pass to MP. Top of the key. The rebound by Payton.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off. Like, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
And the first one at the line is good. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to Boucher. Back to Quickly. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Quickly's got 7 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Green kicks to Butler. Ingram against Payton. Back to Butler. 5 to shoot. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. That one doesn't drop. Here's Barnes. Here's Boucher. Some solid defense from Butler.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bottle the shot.
A legendary competitor. Butler with no fear taking it hard to the hoop.
Here's Dick. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. The pass to Quickly. Pops in the layup for 2. He's got 9.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Podziemski with it. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now here's Curry. Out to Payton. A tray. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Boucher. The Raptors making a switch here. Barrett's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Kuminga's checked in. We've got 1:55 left here in the third quarter. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Chalk up 2 there. Podziemski's got 4 points this quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Barnes down low. Defended by Butler. And that one's good. Barnes.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Outside Butler. The shot misses. Good D by Barnes. Raptors leading by 22. Warriors with the rebound.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
They get it back. Butler goes up again. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Quickly against Butler. And it's Quickly missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Kuminga throws it down.
Assisted by.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Kuminga against Ingram. Off with the layup. Green passes to Butler. Fires from way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Raptors lead by 20. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. Podziemski out there with Moody. And it's Payton in at the 3. Free throw off from Payton. Well, a lot of former NBA players have a hard time, RJ, giving credit to current NBA stars. Why do you think that is?
I think so quickly we don't hold next generation to the same standard as prior generations. I don't get into all of that stuff about who is better and who is greater. I just focus on the growth of the game.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
That's big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Free throw, no good for MP. Here's Barrett. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Scooped up. Out to Payton. Kuminga with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Here's Walter. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Here's Payton. Toronto grabs the miss. Hurdle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Walter, guarded by Kerr. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. When you compare, Richard, the NBA to the other major sports leagues, you have to be proud of the way things are run.
The NBA is a global league that focuses on global expansion, more so than any other major sport in the United States. And when it comes to the players, there isn't a league that treats their players better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Moody.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Walter, guarded by Kerr. Passes to Purtle. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Some changes for Toronto. Barnes comes in for Jakob Purtle. And quickly in for Walter. Warriors trail by 18. Curry with the bounce pass. Here's Podziemski. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal
defender all over.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Raptors.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
First free throw is good. Ingram, he's checked in for Barrett. Podziemski hits them both. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Kicks it to Barnes. It's Ingram on the wing. Defended by Payton. 6 on the shot clock. A 3 from Barnes. It's rebounded by Golden State. Inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
And the Warriors with some changes. Green comes in for Looney, and it's Butler in for Jonathan Kuminga. Here's the Warriors with the ball. It's been 10 unanswered points. Green, the shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And this is where Green looks to score. He's comfortable and confident down low.
Barnes against Butler. Barnes looking around. He dishes it to MP. And the shot goes in. 10 points for MP.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
Here's Butler. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Toronto.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for R.J. Barrett.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And that one's good. MP.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Now, quickly. And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Head, put a water on me, know the soccer fiend. Me and cash changer, hold them in. No misleader. I can get it a lot cheaper. Had a chance to win, do nothing.